to get in touch. 054-998-6996. Let's talk. Yes, we give voice to your problems and we also channel them to the right duty bearers. My name is Bernard Avle. You're tuned to City Breakfast Show 97.3. WhatsApp number 054-998-6996. Hashtag CityCBS. And at City973 on Twitter or X. Godfrey Akotobuafu and Caleb Kuda joining me. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Bernard.
Bernard, how are you? I like your shirt. It's nice.
We are dressed very differently.
Yeah, it looks like something.
I'm in a suit. You are in African, and he's in
for
sports.
the road because from here I have
a road trip
on the road.
But you say you don't drive.
When I say I have assignments on the road, you know I'm on the road in the area.
Oh, you there?
I'm on the road in the area. But speaking of which, two quick things, Bernard, and most of them are in the news. One of them is the newspaper, one is not. I do not like the way the police are behaving.
Still?
But yesterday the Ashanti region won.
What happened there again?
Chaos broke out before they were able to conduct the election. How do you reorganize? You've rescheduled a new venue, everything.
Yeah.
Put in place new security arrangements and still have problems with security.
So they could have prevented it, or they should have stopped it. What do you think? Why are you saying?
I don't understand the current model again, where there is a fear of applying the law.
Yeah.
Arrest people.
Yeah.
They arrested one person, yes.
But you think
But
that
when you watch the videos of what was going on,
yeah,
Charlie, look,
they could have done so much.
They could have done so much better. The second one, Bernard, I have a prize to share this morning.
A prize?
Yeah, it's not a prize any municipality should want, but I have firmly concluded that the municipalities that share Royal House, Kaneshie, Abusi Okai, they are the three filthiest municipalities in Accra.
Hey, what research did you do?
Oh, this one, it is by sight.
What did you see?
Bernard, just take a drive through that. You don't have to use anywhere else. Just drive around the new roundabout.
Just
don't even enter Kaneshie. Just do roundabout.
Just a roundabout.
Yeah, just do
the new roundabout
and come back.
There's filth there.
Bernard, it's not. I can understand.
This new roundabout that they are now decorating.
Bernard, people be whole Jerry.
Are you serious?
Charlie, somebody was easing himself there. Another person.
Where? On the roundabout?
Bernard, on the right side, right here. You know, there's a Stanbic Bank.
Are we talking about the same thing?
There's a Stanbic Bank on the road. On the right side.
You mean the roundabout that is close to Royal House Chapel?
Yes.
Oil Dome?
Yes.
At the bottom?
Yes.
People were doing what?
Charlie, Bernard, somebody, there's a public bathhouse open there.
Like a real bathhouse, or people are just bathing?
People are bathing.
How?
Yeah, and then people are also doing the number two.
There?
Oh, yeah, happily.
Open defecation?
Yeah.
Hey.
And you see, somebody might say, oh, the filth is born out of the construction that is going on there. This is not construction filth.
Wow.
This is a thing.
I don't even know what to say. Like that people are bathing in the open and people are
Bernard, I say go there this morning. I had to stop my car when I was making the turn onto the road. I stopped my car and told two persons that what they were doing was not nice.
What were they doing?
They were passing their kids.
Near the road?
Yes.
Oh, Ghana. A road that hasn't even finished though. So this one, what do we need to do now?
And it's, Bernard, there's so much litter. Like plastic.
But the place is new. It's a fresh place. Oh.
Yeah, but my point is either the place is not being cleaned regularly. Yeah, it doesn't look like the municipalities pay attention to who cleans the place.
Oh, is that bad?
Yeah, that place has not. I don't think that road has been swept since they opened it.
So let me ask you: when we were young, when you wake up in the morning, you sweep your house. So is it that Ghana, when you wake up, you don't sweep again? It's like, the normal functioning human being, when you wake up, you clean your environment before you do anything. So like right now, nobody sweeps anywhere?
No. So the three of them, they should share it. But as for Abusi Okai, there's always been filthy.
So Ablekuma South, Okainkwe Central, and AMA.
Yes. They should carry it.
I think we should just talk about the regional minister, because I don't even think the assemblies make sense anymore. Yeah. I don't even, the concept has been destroyed. So let's say, regional minister, please go and ensure the filth goes, whether you're going to start a Friday sweeping or whatever day you want to do.
Well, they said the first of every month or the last of every month is going to be some. But the kind of, you see, the reason why I'm a bit upset is this is a high usage road. 2, there are safety issues. 3, it's very public Accra.
And people are bathing in the open.
Yeah, so...
And people are doing... Are you serious? Why didn't you take photos?
It's an eyesore. No, the best I could do was stop the car and tell the people to stop. Abeku knows what I'm talking about. He uses that road every morning. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
It's very early. I don't want to use some gun words.
Yeah, Charlie. Charlie,
my favorite video, guys.
So the regional minister and since you mentioned the regional minister, a soft reminder, Bernard.
We have to say it.
A soft reminder.
Yes.
The city is still dark. She promised that street lights 50 days. We want to know where she's starting from.
Under no pressure.
I'm giving pressure.
I can't see anything. No, she gave the promise under no pressure.
Okay. So I'm telling her that.
But let me ask you a question.
Calm down.
Is it fair for us to litter the city and then call somebody to clean it up? The people who were doing the thing there.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. It's ordinary citizens. Why can't we also take responsibility?
You see, because the municipalities have not put in place deterrence. They have not let the people know that you can't be here and do this here. In Ghana, every space is... You see, the other time I asked you this question. Where in Ghana can't you sell?
Maybe sell anywhere.
Maybe in front of the president's house.
They hawk in front of... People sell in front of Jubilee. What are you talking about?
There.
It's a market. It's an open market. We sell everywhere. So I asked you that question. You didn't answer me. Today you still can't answer me. Where in Accra can't you sell?
I'm thinking about the question.
Okay. Whilst you are thinking about it and our listeners are thinking about it, the president says he's resetting something on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Let me give you details.
Today you said that came, pa.
President names 3 key tasks. I will give you details of that one. Assign governance role to chiefs. Dr. Dufour. National Education Forum opens today.
Yay.
And
some people are not happy.
Reverend Tim Forges is
no. Christian Council said they were not invited. Catholic bishops said they were not invited.
Oh!
They wrote a long letter, so I read it to you.
You read it to me? This love letter there.
What else do you have?
Well, Council of State, Ashanti and Northeast elect reps, finally.
Well, Ghanaian Times, no agreement to extend IMF program. This is President Mahama and Dagbon Overlord pays historic reciprocal visit to Gonja King. Irrigation for wealth creation phase 1. Government targets 10,000 hectares in 8 regions to boost agric production. And Prophet Salifu Amuako, 2 others arrested.
Front page of the Daily Guide this morning says OSP releases Oforiata wanted poster. Charlie, did you see the poster?
Yeah, wanted.
Charlie.
Wanted.
It must be the poshest wanted photo I've ever seen. I'm telling you.
Seriously.
Salifu Amuako wife discharged, rearrested. Shama gets new Oman Hene 6 charged over payroll fraud.
Right, chronicle how NSS payroll fraud was plotted and executed. The details are here. Government handling of current energy crisis is very poor. CDM AG to enter more Noli Prosequi if an Eduji hits the ground running. And Bernard, this one will interest you. Change in cover price due to high cost of newsprint and other printing materials. We are reluctantly increasing our cover price from 5 CDs to 8 CDs starting Monday, February 24, 2025.
Front page of the SIA this morning brings some clarity to the Jakpa incident. Jakpa entered Ken's house with arrest warrant. We were asking these questions last week, and they've also apparently announced that he's a director of special operations at the National Security. So now we know exactly what it is he does. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep watching. Yes, Caleb?
Yeah. Daybreak, government pays 6.08 billion Ghana cedi to DDEP bond holders. NPA boss tours fuel installations in Tema, and National Biosafety Authority CEO sparks anger.
Let me give you some headlines from the front page of the Business and Financial Times. Bernard, investors rush to lock in high yields as government rejects record bids. Fuel prices to ease marginally, according to the IES.
Let me take you online. Tim Forjo says National Education Forum is a waste of Ghana's precious resources. Also, Ghana builds up sinking fund with 9.7 billion cedi payment. Still in that area, government pays 6 billion cedis to DDEP bond holders. And then the fourth estate exposes key NSA figures in ghost name scandal. Meanwhile, the NSA boss says allow state agencies to probe the ghost name scandal. University of Ghana is dismissing claims of an 11 million city graduation fee collection without medallions. And then we are ready to host caravan nights in our region. Upper East Regional Minister for Heritage Caravan 2025. If you go to ChannelOne News, Amin Adam, former finance minister, says MPP ensured smooth DDP payment before leaving office. Meanwhile, passengers traders stranded as Dambai ferry breaks down. This is not good. Meanwhile, Ashanti region MPP orchestrated thugs invasion in first council of state election, according to the NDC. And Ibrahim Tia says, I was held hostage over Walewale curfew. In other stories, fire ravages over 50 shops at Tantra Hill. Almost every week, one fire. And then Volta chiefs back Dr. Siama's appointment as BOG governor. In good news, Education Minister announces reintroduction of PTAs in public schools.
Yay!
This is very good. Now, if you come to my job online, DDP payment was not due to Mohammed's directive, but MPP strategic planning. Dr. Amin Adam speaking. Meanwhile, TUC and POO oppose ECG privatization, demand bold reforms. In other stories, government must not default. Pensioner bondholders urge continued commitment. Meanwhile, TUC POO are also fighting to keep ECG public. Privatization is not the answer, they say. Globally, US and Russia to begin talks aimed at ending the Ukraine war. That's the big story on the global scene. Let's get into the details.
Let's start from education, Bernardo. The National Education Forum is a big story. You have other angles. I'll give you the main angle and then you give me what Reverend is also saying. On page 13 of the Daily Graphic, National Education Forum opens today. Story by Severus Kalideri. The National Education Forum will open in the Volta region, the Volta regional capital, Ho, today. About 300 stakeholders in the education and related sectors will participate in the forum on the theme Transforming Education for Sustainable Future. The opening session will be attended by various interest groups in the education sector, including educationists, lecturers, teachers, parents, students, and civil society organization.
Two quick reactions. Johnny Tim Ford, former deputy minister, has been speaking. He thinks there is the forum is not necessary. He was speaking on CNR yesterday. He questioned the necessity of the forum and emphasized the need for Mohammed's administration to implement his proposed educational policies. And then Education Ministry announces, or Education Minister announces reintroduction of PTAs in public schools.
That's right. Details of that is captured here on Daybreak as well. Education Minister Haruna Idrisu has announced the return of Parent-Teacher Associations PTAs to the management framework of public schools. The move aims to strengthen cooperation between parents and teachers, ultimately enhancing student learning outcomes. Speaking at a public forum, the minister highlighted the importance of PTAs in fostering community involvement in schools.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference and the Christian Council are not happy that they have been excluded from the list of invited guests at the National Education Forum. I read parts of their statement. The Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference and the Christian Council of Ghana have received with great concern and disappointment the news of an upcoming National Educational Forum scheduled to take place on the 18th and 19th of February. While the list of invited national level stakeholders includes some of the organizations associated with our two institutions, the Catholic Bishops' Conference and the Christian Council as such were excluded from it. As key stakeholders in the educational sector, particularly in the provision of quality education through our schools, we are perplexed by the omission of our contributions to discussions that we consider pivotal to the future of education in Ghana. We call on the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Education to reconsider this exclusion and extend an invitation to the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference, Christian Council of Ghana, and other relevant bodies to ensure that the forum reflects a truly inclusive dialogue on the future of education in our country. More on this later on.
Okay, I'll take you to some business news, Bernard, on page 3 of the BNFT. Investors are investing, Bernard, according to the story by Joshua Walasi Amlianu and Ebenezer Chike Eje in Joku. Investors are scrambling to secure attractive returns on treasury bills as government rejects a record 8.2 billion Ghana cedis invest to drive interest rates lower. At the latest auction, total bids surged to 17 billion Ghana cedis, the highest in months. Yet only 9 billion was accepted, signaling a firm stance on reducing borrowing costs. This marks a significant increase in rejected bids compared to 2 billion at the previous auction, reinforcing government's focus on lowering interest rates.
Right, so no agreement to extend the IMF program. This is President Mahama Julius Yao Pettit is writing for Ghanaian Times. President John Mahama has given the indication that his government has not discussed the possibility of extending Ghana's $3 billion extended credit facility with the IMF. The focus of the government for now, President Mahama said, was to stay on course with the current program, which expires in 2026. Quote, "We have not talked about an extension of the program. We are determined to continue with this program. If it's necessary to look at additional funds or to extend the program, we will look at it. But for now, we are determined to continue on this trajectory," President Mahama.
The government has paid 6 billion cedis in coupons to all DDEP bondholders. The government has also honored the payment in kind portion of 3.46 billion deposited into the respective bondholder securities accounts in line with the DDEP memorandum. So that's story number 2 on the economy. Government built up sinking fund with 9.7 billion CD payments. So still in that area, the Mahama administration has initiated the building up of the debt service recovery CD account, which Mr. Tekwe calls the sinking fund, with a payment of 9.7 billion cedis as a buffer for the 5th domestic debt exchange program coupon due in July and August. So preparations are being made to ensure that those payments are made. Meanwhile, the former Minister of Finance is saying that these payments were not due to any planning, but they did the groundwork. So the former minister says that this was based on the preparations his administration put in place. He says MPP built buffers to ensure smooth debt servicing. This is Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, who put it on Facebook in relation to President Mohammed's directive to Atuf Forsen to honor the 4th coupon payment for DDEP bondholders. And then lastly, on the economy, I think those are the key stories on the economy for now.
Yeah, I'll stay with the president and the economy. He's been talking to Ghanaians during his trip to Ethiopia, and he's outlined 3 key tasks to solve some problems, details on page 3. So, for instance, the president said the government will re-establish the sinking fund to be used for retiring long-term loans to prevent future defaults. He said a significant challenge facing the administration was the legacy of unfinished projects initiated by the previous government, including over 80 hospitals that required more than $1 billion to complete.
All right, now there's a challenge in Dambai. Passengers traded stranded as Dambai ferry breaks down. Story by Juliana Odamia Sari, ChannelOne News. Hundreds of passengers in vehicles crossing the Black Water at Dambai have been left stranded following the breakdown of the ferry, which serves as primary means of transport across the river. Confirming the situation to ChannelOne News, Dambai Central Assemblyman Charles Awaranyi emphasized the severe traffic congestion caused by the malfunction. He noted the situation had worsened with trucks loaded with perishable goods stuck on the other side of the river, leading to significant loss for traders. Now, this ferry broke down Sunday morning, exacerbating issues for market activities. This was around 9 o'clock in the morning. They are pleading the VRA to take note and ensure that the problem is solved. Speaking of VRA, there appears to be some discontent over the appointment of the acting CEO. So this is on Class FM. VRA staff oppose appointment of Eko Obin Kenzo as acting CEO. Opposition has emerged within the NDC caucus and among the staff of VRA over the potential appointment of Mr. Eko Obin Kenzo as acting CEO of the authority. Stakeholders argue that his appointment would be a major setback for VRA, citing allegations of other things, mismanagement, abuse of power, etc., etc. In a press statement, NDC caucus and VRA staff expressed concerns over Mr. Kenzo's alleged involvement in a procurement scandal. Lots of things they are saying. They accuse him of, all kinds of things. And then the caucus and the VRA staff are demanding the appointment authority halt any plans to make him the substantive CEO since he's acting now.
Let me give you some new details from Nswatre. Yesterday they were in court and the police have new information for you, Bernard. You get it on page 31 of the Daily Graphic. The Sunyani District Court has heard that Brima, known as Rasta, was the individual who fatally stabbed Asante Kotokofan Francis Frimpong popularly known as Nana Pole, during a violent disturbance at a football match in Chumesi Krum near in Swatre. Brima, it was revealed in court yesterday, remains at large. Notably, the court also reviewed the bail conditions of Ignatius Bafwe and his associates Joseph Cheme and Ajimandua Owusu, who are facing charges in connection with the death of Frimpong during the Ghana Premier League match.
Bernard, the Chronicle is detailing how the NSS or NSA payroll fraud was plotted and executed. Last night you spoke to the journalist who broke the story, and the details are here. You see how ID cards were forged, ID numbers were forged, and people who were 96, 89, all of them happen to have been part of the NSS. People should watch the repeat of point of view for the details of that. But Chronicle has all of that on page 3 as well. So we are
meanwhile, government renews
Boku
curfew, enforces total ban on weapons. That's a story from the Upper East region, and it says the Minister for Interior Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak has renewed the curfew imposed on Boku municipality and its surrounding areas in the Upper East region. The directive issued under an executive instrument is expected to take effect Monday, February 17. Curfew is 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So it's a dusk to dawn curfew. The MP for the area is not happy with that particular one. We'll leave it here for now. That was a newspaper review. Coming up next is the City Business News.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show